Let me know if it works, because you will be the first one. Okay, I think I'm going to just skip past the skeletons this time. Normally I don't do this kind of thing, but here... very difficult for me to beat these things right now. We are going to sneak in here, grab a couple of items, and leave. And maybe die. But that's okay. Now, this is the item we're here for. The Zweihänder. Zweihänder. My German's a little rusty. I guess I'll grab these binoculars while I'm here, too. Yep, they got me. It's the big guy that's the real worry there. He is way out of my league right now. But this Zweihänder, I want to be my eventual... this is my goal weapon. I will be needing 24 strength to wield that. But we'll get there eventually. Okay, now I believe the remaster has a few quality of life improvements. Such as being able to use multiple souls at a time. Or if you have a stack, like for example this, I can use both of these. I don't remember if the game let you do that before. I know that when you're giving items to a Covenant NPC, they let you do multiples at a time for that. Whereas it used to you have to do it one at a time. That was a big pain in the butt in the past. Okay, let's level up a bit. Use that sword. Okay, level up. Dexterity and some strength. Faith. How about some more endurance? So endurance will bring up our equipment load and our stamina at the same time, which is nice. There we go. Oops. Okay, so we can look at the stats properly now. So our mace was 91 plus 18 for strength, giving us a total of 109. For a straight sword is 80 plus 11 now, so that's 91, but then also 89 magic. So we're going to be doing probably a bit more damage overall with it. Unless we fight something that's incredibly resistant to magic. Actually, you know what, for now, keep the mace equipped as a secondary. I can swap between them. Because even though it sounds like the sword adds up to about 170 something damage, you have to remember that the physical damage and the magic damage will both be getting reduced by the enemy's defenses at the same time. So we're not going to be doing the full amount of both. Also, hey Doggo, it looks like the link worked, eh? Thank you for the donation on behalf of Checkpoint. And great games done slow, and the cause of mental health for everybody everywhere. Okay, now, before we move on, let's poke around these ruins a little bit, because there are more goodies. I don't actually use the fire bombs very often. I usually just sell them, but they're useful in some circumstances, certainly. Hello there. Nice haircut.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Tharaland. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
Well, nice to meet you too.
Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance. But I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this. As a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
It's a shiny penny. Now go run home. Don't talk to me anymore.
Oh my, you again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you?
You believe in miracles.
Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods.
Already belong to this covenant. Automatically
Now,
because of a
let
cleric.
me share my miracles. Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
Earn gesture. Drug. Okay, what can we purchase? Nothing, because we are broke. But, theoretically, he's got some new talismans. I'm not sure what the difference between these are. Let's see, that has magic adjusted 120, that has 165. Wow. Okay, Thorland Talisman. This talisman is only granted to high-ranking Thorland clerics. Has high miracle adjustment, which, thanks to divine protection, is not dependent upon faith. Ooh, that's... We are going to be building up our faith, so that might actually be bad for us.
Come again. The effectiveness of the teachings depend upon your faith.
Sounds like it's more for people who want to be able to cast a few healing spells, but aren't planning on increasing their faith stat. Alright, let's make Link proud. There we go. Success. Oh, wait. There we go. Success. Now, there are some goodies hiding over here as well. Which is both some up and some down. Go up first. Now that we've leveled up so that we can equip this fancy Nito sword, let's run around and not fight anything for a while. Actually, I'm just kidding. We're gonna have to fight something down here. But hey, we're not in a hurry, right? Just have a good time relaxing, exploring the world, talking about clerics. That reminds me, what is magic adjust on this one? This one scales with faith better. But we'll keep the one we have. Oh, we should equip that. Homeward bone. Our little teleport home goodies. Hey, remember this place? Actually, let's look at the description. I don't like using Lord's talismans, but we'll look at the descriptions of them. But let's see. Cracked red eye orb allows players to temporarily imitate. Defeat the master of a world you have invaded to acquire humanity. Cracked red eye orb allows players to temporarily imitate this ability, normally limited to the dark wraiths of Kath. Estus Flask, an emerald flask from the Keeper's soul. She lives to protect the flame, dies to protect it further. And now it doesn't look green. That's just because the liquid inside is glowing orange. Black Separation Crystal. This black crystal, long a symbol of farewell, granted to banished undead. The crystal sends phantoms back to their homes, or sends you back to yours. Beware of fickle use of this item if you intend to nurture relations. In other words, don't let people summon you to help them and then just leave. Lloyd's Talisman. Talisman utilized by Allfather Lloyd's Cleric Knights to hunt down the undead. Blocks Estus recovery within a limited area. In the outside world, the undead are accursed creatures, and Lloyd's Cleric Knights are widely praised for their undead hunts. This blessed talisman blocks undead recovery, allowing the knights to fight with impunity. Alright, taunt the graveyard again, shall we? Let's see how good this sword is on these guys. A little bit better than the mace. Not massively, but a little bit. Stab at thee. You missed, and so did I. Oh, I could have backstabbed you there, but I wasn't ready for it. There we go. Revenge! Vengeance for a death that I walked into knowingly. That one as well, actually. Soul of a lost undead who has long ago gone hollow. Souls are the source of all life, whether undead or even hollow, one continues to seek them. Humanity. Rare tiny black sprite found on corpses. Used to gain 1 humanity and restore a large amount of HP. This black sprite is called Humanity, but little is known about its true nature. Soul is the source of all life, what distinguishes the humanity we hold within ourselves. Now, personally, I figure it's probably represented by this little dark sprite because it is a small fragment of the original Dark Soul. Wow. Okay. Now we have explored. Go ahead and actually pursue our quest. Darkening using humanity is the same as being embered in Dark Souls 3. It is kind of similar in concept, sort of. Using humanity will not. Okay, in Dark Souls 3, when you get embered up, you hey Rose, thanks for the bits. Don't feel free to check out the charity donation link we have today as well. Anyway, being embered in Dark Souls 3 gives you more health. Using humanity in this game does not do that. However, what it does do, which I don't remember exactly how it does. I believe it ups your item discovery rate, so you'll get item drops more often, I think. And some weapons and spells will benefit from it. There's actually a lot of differences. Which charity? It's called Checkpoint. We're doing an event called Great Games Done Slow right now, Rose. Checkpoint is a charity that uses gaming to promote good, strong mental health. There's a lot of information about it right below the stream here. If you look underneath the blue and white symbol, underneath the stream, you can see what it's about. Anyways, yeah, basically Dark Souls 3 uses embering instead of humanity points, so they're kind of thematically related, kind of, but the actual mechanical differences are there. Let's go on this side so I can get a run out here. Yeah, so Doggo, in this game, if you recall in Dark Souls 3, fire damage, both from weapons and from pyromancy, was boosted by a combination of intelligence and faith stats. In this game, it is not. Your stats don't do anything to boost pyromancies in this game. In this game, pyromancies are boosted by humanity points. The more humanity you have, the stronger your pyromancy will be. Now, the trick with that is that when you die, you lose all your humanity points. Now, I don't know how well... Hold on, let me just check this screen for a second. I don't know if my banner's covering it up. No, it's not. Okay, so... If you see the 0, next to my health and stamina bars, doggo, that's my humanity points. I currently have none. But sometimes you can earn them from killing enemies. Sometimes you can get them from using the humanity sprite items. But I'm not going to be using pyromancy on this character, so we're not terribly concerned about that. Although there is one other thing that it does for us that we will care about, which is kindling bonfires. Now in Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3, you could gain Estus Flask shards to make your Estus Flask better. Or give yourself more uses of it. That doesn't happen in this game. In this game, the strength of your Estus Flask is completely determined by the strength of the bonfire you rest at. The normal bonfire will give you 5 souls, but a kindled bonfire will give you, sorry, not 5 souls, 5 Estus Flask uses. A kindled bonfire will give you 10. Now the bonfire in Firelink Shrine here is automatically kindled. It gives you 10 by default. But other bonfires we find are not going to be kindled, they're only going to give us 5. Unless we kindle them ourselves. Now to kindle yourself, first you have to spend 1 humanity point, which I don't have right now. You spend 1 humanity point at a bonfire to restore your humanity. This is similar to embering yourself in the sense that you will stop looking like a zombie and you'll look like a human again. Or hopefully living human, I should say. Then, you can sacrifice a second humanity point, once you're humanized, to kindle the bonfire and make it stronger. Needless to say, we're not going to be doing this at every single bonfire we find, because that'd be wasteful. Also, we're not going to have that many points. Aside from using the humanity items, like that one, the only other way to get humanity is sometimes you will get a humanity point by killing an enemy, but only in an area where you have not already killed the boss at the end of the area. So you can't just sit back and go back to an easy place and farm it. Also, some enemies will drop them, like sometimes rats, for example, will drop humanity because they are... presumably because they're eating corpses and absorbing it? I don't know. Yeah, this game does not have Estus shards at all. Oh, damn, you still got it. I believe the Estus Flask always heals the same amount. I don't think you can improve how much it heals, unless I'm remembering that wrong. I don't remember any way to do it though. It might just heal based on percentage. All right, Aaron, have a good night, there, friend. Have a good night. Sleep well. Yeah, that's the thing with the rats. That's another one of those show don't tell storytelling methods. Which I don't know if I can make the jump from here. I think I have to be on the roof to make that jump. So, hi! There's one of those dragons that are extinct. Remember that? Yeah, we have to use that ladder to get on the roof to get over there. Ow. Oops. It's a slow way to heal, so you don't want to do this during combat, but it's a good way to save your Estus, which is your faster way of healing. Yeah, Rena has one of those little healing spells to save on Estus too. Cleric is the way to go, man, I'm telling you. Just she has this fancy divine sword. Oh, not this exact sword, obviously, because she's playing Dark Souls 3 and not 1. I assume. Hi, buddy. You look friendly.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
Everything's for sale. Okay, what we want here, at least at the moment, is Residence Key. It's the standard key on these parts and will open several residences. Our master key will work on some of those residences, but not all of them. Now later I might want to grab some of this armor. Actually, I might grab the chain helm right now because I don't have a helmet. There we go.
Things are getting treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in below. And up above, there's that humongous drake and a bull demon too. If you stick around this place, it might end up being your grave.
And we will eventually be killing 2 out of those 3 things you just mentioned.
Thank you kindly.
Oh, she was using the Aerolith straight sword? I never used that one. You enjoying it? Okay, let's... Weight of 3, let's check our status. Okay, we're 20 out of 52, we're still good. Now we look more like a proper crusader. Go. Also, you know you're back there. Sneaky bugger. That's pretty cool, doggo. Like, so we're both using straight swords, which is basically their name for a longsword. They probably wield similarly. Okay, let's go, friend. We're going for a ride. Let us explore together. Ah, new friend. Oh well, he's gone. So now we're here. This is where we need to do this jump from. There we go. I don't know if it's actually possible to do the jump from below. It could be, but I've never succeeded. If I just go up above it, and that makes it easier. And we'll go from here, sure. Why not? Okay. Now there's a new bonfire just up here. And this bonfire is an excellent one to actually use your kindling on if you have the option. I'm not going to kindle it immediately. I'm going to see if I can get some free humanity without having to use up any of my items. But it is worth it. It's right here. We'll be using this bonfire quite a lot. Smash the stuff and immediately have it reconstruct itself around us as we sit down. The miracle! You can also change your covenant at a bonfire. I don't know if that's new or not. We might eventually... Actually, I probably won't change my covenant, because even though the, what are they called? The Warriors of the Sunlight, I think it's called. Colloquially known as the Sun Bros, is also a very fitting covenant for us to join. We are playing in offline mode, so... And that covenant is primarily based around the idea of jolly cooperation. But we don't have much use for that covenant. We're just playing solo offline so we don't get invaded. Because being invaded is not good for our mental health. Do not want that. Oh, you can die. There you are. And the sword is great on these plebs. Okay, we bought a helmet, but then we just got a free helmet. Is this free helmet any better? Nope, it is worse in literally every way except for 1 point better lightning. Very poor lightning absorption though, obviously, being as it is a metal helmet after all. Hi. I'm gonna wreck your house. How do you like that? Well, you're a mindless zombie, so you probably don't really care. There we are. That sneaky bugger hiding in the back here. Now we can get to the kitchen and have some of this. Black firebomb. That's stronger. Oh, I thought there was a... back door to this place. Maybe I'm thinking of something later. Oh no, that's the next house. That's right. Using that with the next house. Yep. Always that one dick hiding around a corner. That is Dark Souls in a nutshell, basically. But the thing I love about Dark Souls is even the nasty surprise traps often give you a clue. Like, you saw me actually attack somebody who was trying to ambush me earlier in the game. Remember those guys that were hanging off the railings that I was stabbing? Those guys would climb up after you and ambush you from behind if you didn't detect them. But I knew they were there. Plus, they are noticeable. They're not the best ambushers, to be honest. Ah, there's that guy. Okay, before we continue, I'm going to hang out in this house for a quick second. Take a quick break. Alright everybody, let's go pee for a minute. We'll be right back.